Hello, my name is Valerie Adams. This video is concerning discrimination in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Today, the first place I went to today was Indian Rivers Mental Health Center. This is where I've been receiving my treatment for PTSD, major clinical depression, and ADHD. As the doctor that I use, she's no longer there. She's a board certified doctor, and she was guess dismissed, or she decided to leave, but she's no longer there. Then they assigned me a nurse practitioner. Now, the nurse practitioner, I refused to accept the nurse practitioner because I knew that a nurse practitioner could not complete any of my state pension paperwork dealing with the Retirement Systems of Alabama annual examination review. I knew that it had to be a physician. So this morning I found out again that the Indian Rivers Mental Health Center basically has no doctors. They have not one doctor. They only have nurse practitioners. That's what the receptionist said. We had one doctor, but that doctor quit or whatever, but there are no doctors. I truly don't believe that that they don't have a doctor there. I do believe they have a doctor there, but for me, there are no doctors. So I decided to go ahead and make the appointment with the nurse practitioner, and I was going to call the Retirement System of Alabama and tell them that Indian River Mental Health Center does not have any doctors, that they only have a nurse practitioner, and could this nurse practitioner complete my annual review so that my pension can be started again, so I can start receiving my money. Well, I had to leave a message with them. They didn't answer. So I went back in and I completed all the paperwork because the Indian Rivers Mental Health Center, they closed my file. So I had to reopen it. And then I was assigned an appointment 9:15 Wednesday. So I took it. I went back outside and I called the Retirement System of Alabama to tell them again that they only have nurse practitioner. Would that be acceptable? Oh, the lady kept me on hold for about 3 or 4 minutes, and when she came back and she said, well, I'm sorry, that cannot be the case. It has to be a physician. So I said, well, doesn't Alabama code say that you're supposed to send me to a physician and you are supposed to pay for the fees, the mileage, and all that kind of stuff? No, that's not Alabama code. That's not for the retirement system. I said, okay. Now, my next place was Alabama Power. Went to Alabama Power. I was on the telephone talking to my sister about some things pertaining to the Department of Veterans Affairs and all that kind of stuff. Lo and behold, I look up, Tuscaloosa police is out there. And I recognize her as Lily Leatherwood. She's a graduate of Tuscaloosa County High and the gold medalist. And I said, Lily, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to act up. And I said, go TCHS. And then I went inside. Well, it was my time to get up there with the representative, and I discussed my situation concerning the life support equipment. I told them that, Dr. Scott wrote a letter for me in 2011 indicating that I needed my electrical service for my CPAP machine, and that kept my power on. And I showed them the letter, the prescription from Dr. Richard Snow indicating to the United States Army that I needed electrical power for my CPAP machine. The individual told me, she said, well, ma'am, we don't give you the forms. You have to fill the form out here and we send it in. I said, well, that's not what the lady next door said. She didn't even give me that option to fill out the paperwork and you can send it to the doctor. And I said, well, can I just go ahead and fill out the paperwork now? And she said, yes. So she went back to get the paperwork, but another representative came back, and this representative said, ma'am, we've already discussed this before. CPAP is not a life support equipment, and therefore you can't fill out an application for certification or whatever to get it. And I just said, okay. I said, well, thank you. I do believe they really wanted me to go off, but there's no need for me to go off. Okay. Again, it is so asinine what they're trying to do. They're trying to make me angry so I can go off, so that I can get arrested and all this kind of stuff. There's no need for me. There's no anger. I don't have to get angry anymore. I was angry in the beginning, you bet. Oh, definitely, I was very angry in the beginning. But God has shown me a whole lot and said, Valerie, you don't have to get angry. You have power. So whatever they do, don't let them get to you. And I'm doing exactly what God told me to do. Don't let them get to you, because just wait. Things will change. You may suffer, but in the end, do you remember Job? Job lost everything, but God gave it all back to him, and much, 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 much more. So I'm waiting. I'm not gonna get angry. Yes, my power will be cut off today, and that's fine. That is. But the only problem is it will hurt my daughter, but I'm sorry. But you know, sometimes things happen in life, but we have to go with the flow. God bless each and every last one of you. Thank you. Bye-bye.